In the heart of a remote, eerie town stands a hotel with a dark history, the Moonlight Inn. An imposing structure that has stood the test of centuries, the Moonlight Inn harbors a secret that chills the bones of the locals and the brave souls who dare to venture within its creaky confines. Room 13, an infamous chamber, has been the epicenter of uncanny occurrences and tales of horror that make your hair stand on end. Rumor has it that guests who dare to spend a night in Room 13 check in as one person and check out rather different. Among these brave souls was a young journalist named Sarah. Intrigued by the whispers of the locals and the legends that surrounded the Moonlight Inn, she decided to delve into the mystery herself. Skepticism etched on her face and curiosity burning in her heart, she journeyed to this remote town with the resolve to uncover the truth behind the chilling tales of Room 13. Sarah was no ordinary journalist. She was a truth seeker, a mystery hunter, and a brave heart. She thrived on the thrill of the unknown and the allure of the unexplained. The stories of Room 13 had beckoned her, and she was ready to answer the call. As the sun set and the moon rose over the eerie town, Sarah found herself standing outside the Moonlight Inn. The chill in the air was palpable, and the ominous aura of the hotel was impossible to ignore. The grand old building loomed over her, its silhouette against the moonlight, adding to its daunting presence, but Sarah was undeterred. She had a mission to accomplish, a mystery to unravel. With a notepad in hand and a determined spirit, Sarah booked Room 13 for the night. Little did she know that her stay at the Moonlight Inn would be an experience she would never forget, a journey into the depths of the supernatural, and an encounter with the unimaginable. Room 13 was waiting, and so was the story that was about to unfold. As night fell, Sarah entered the ominous Room 13. The room was steeped in a disconcerting silence, only broken by the occasional creak of old timber. The air was heavy with an unsettling chill, as if the room itself was holding its breath, waiting for the stroke of midnight to exhale its ghostly secrets. As the moonlight spilled through the crack in the curtains, Sarah's heart pounded in her chest. She could sense something was about to happen, but she couldn't put her finger on it. Shadows danced on the walls, a macabre ballet of the unknown, their silent performance intensifying as the clock hands inched towards the witching hour. The room seemed to come alive after midnight. The temperature plunged, and Sarah could see her breath misting in the frigid air. The whispers she had heard earlier grew louder, an insistent chorus that seemed to be calling her name. Sarah, Sarah. The voice was soft, almost affectionate, but it sent a shiver down her spine. Driven by a mix of curiosity and fear, Sarah followed the voice. It led her to a seemingly ordinary wall. Upon closer inspection, she discovered a hidden door, cleverly concealed within the intricate woodwork. With a deep breath, she pushed the door open, revealing a hidden chamber that time seemed to have forgotten. The chamber was filled with old journals, letters, and photographs, each piece a fragment of the hotel's dark past. Sarah scanned through them, her eyes widening as she pieced together the tragic tale they told. It was a story of love, betrayal, and a haunting that had lasted for generations. As she delved deeper into the history of Room 13, the supernatural occurrences escalated. The temperature dropped further, and the whispers grew louder until they were almost deafening. Suddenly, all fell silent. A chill ran down Sarah's spine as she turned around, only to be met with a sight that froze her blood. A ghostly figure of a woman appeared before Sarah, weeping tears of blood. The woman introduced herself as Eleanor, a former guest who had tragically died in Room 13 many years ago. Eleanor was more than just a name. She was a tale of sorrow and regret, a story of love that had been cruelly snuffed out by the hands of fate. Once a vibrant young woman full of life and laughter, she had checked into Room 13 one fateful night with her lover, only to be betrayed in the most heart-wrenching way. She had been left alone, her heart shattered into a million pieces, and in her despair, she had taken her own life. Her spirit, however, could not leave the room where her love story had abruptly ended. The room became her prison, the walls echoing her cries of anguish and despair. Eleanor's spirit was trapped, forever reliving the painful memories of that tragic night. Sarah listened to the heart-wrenching tale, her heart pounding in her chest. The air in the room grew heavy with sorrow, and the ghostly figure of Eleanor shimmered before her, a spectral reminder of the tragic love story that had played out in this very room. In that moment, Sarah made a promise to the ghostly figure standing before her, a promise to Eleanor. She promised to help Eleanor find the peace she so desperately needed, to help her break free from the chains of betrayal and despair that kept her trapped in room 13. Sarah began her quest to fulfill her promise, delving deep into the history of the Moonlight Inn. She pored over old documents and letters, piecing together the tragic tale of Eleanor, her lover, and the betrayal that had led to her untimely death. She felt a chilling connection with Eleanor, a bond forged in the fires of their shared experiences. As Sarah uncovered the truth, the supernatural occurrences in the room seemed to intensify. The whispers grew louder, the shadows darker, and the temperature colder. It was as if the room itself was reacting to the revelations, echoing Eleanor's pain and anguish. With each revelation, the supernatural occurrences in room 13 intensified. Finally, Sarah discovered a way to release Eleanor's spirit from its torment. Armed with the tragic tale of Eleanor's lost love, Sarah gathered the hotel staff and guests in room 13. She began to unravel the heart-wrenching story, each word resounding through the chilling silence. As Sarah narrated Eleanor's tale, the room was filled with a palpable sense of empathy and sorrow. The listeners' hearts ached for the tragic figure of Eleanor, trapped within these walls for centuries. Their collective grief seemed to seep into the very fabric of room 13, forming a tangible connection with the past. Suddenly, a brilliant flash of light filled the room and Eleanor's spectral figure appeared one last time. This time, however, there were no tears of blood, only a serene smile. As the light faded, Eleanor's spirit seemed to dissolve into thin air, finally free from the shackles of her tragic past. The once creepy room 13 became a place of warmth and comfort, a tribute to a love lost but never forgotten.